Winchester rifles were marketed with the slogan, "The gun that won the West." Perhaps no rifle deserved that designation more than Winchester's Model 1866. But they didn't just win the West. They won battles and/or outfitted armies in Europe, the Far East, and Southern Africa. The era in which the Model 1866 was introduced was a tumultuous one. The Wild West was in full swing, and settlers, lawmen, and outlaws alike were facing unprecedented challenges. With the conflict between Native Americans and settlers, cattle rustling, and highway robbery looming large, reliable and efficient firearms were not just a luxury, but a necessity. In this unforgiving environment, the average cowboy or lawman needed a rifle that could keep up with the demands of the rugged frontier life. Native Americans valued the Winchester Model 1866 for its multi-shot firepower and reliability. They needed a rifle that could withstand the harsh weather conditions, tolerate heavy use, and still provide accurate and reliable firepower. The fact that the Model 1866 was able to fill this gap is testament to its innovative design and rugged build quality. With its lever action, mechanism, and 13 to 17 round magazine capacity, the Model 1866 was a game changer in the world of firearms, offering a level of firepower and convenience that was unmatched by its contemporaries. The first Winchester Model 1866 was produced in 1867 and was named the Improved Henry and Winchester Rifle in company catalogs until 1873, when Winchester introduced its improved Model 1873 rifle. From then on, it was designated the Winchester Model 1866, and it was nicknamed Yellow Boy for its unique receiver made of a bronze-brass alloy called gunmetal. The Model 1866 came in 3 barrel lengths, designated as musket, rifle, or carbine, with a carbine barrel length of 20 inches being by far the most popular in the American West. There were 170,000 Model 1866 Winchesters produced between 1867 and 1898. The vast majority were chambered in 44 Henry rimfire, a cartridge with about 28 grains of black powder pushing a 200 grain lead bullet about 1,100 feet per second. The Model 1866 was the best functioning repeating long gun of the time and could lay down a hail of reliable firepower. The U.S. military passed on purchasing them in favor of the single-shot Springfield rifle with its much more powerful 4570 government cartridge. However, the Model 1866 Winchesters were purchased in large quantities by Turkey, France, Chile, and Peru for military use. In addition to being used in the American Indian Wars by every side, a few were used by the Boers against the British in the First Boer War in 1881 in southern Africa, and they were used in large numbers by the Turks against the Russians in the Russo-Turkish War 1877-78. The Model 1866's legendary status was further reinforced by its role in several key conflicts, battles, and skirmishes in the 1870s, including the post-Civil War insurrection Battle of Canal Street in New Orleans in 1874, and they were used by the Sioux and the Cheyenne at the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876, as well as many other skirmishes during the Indian Wars. In each of these battles, the Model 1866 proved itself to be a trusted and reliable companion, earning a reputation as a rifle that could be counted on in the heat of battle. In summary, the Winchester Model 1866 is a rifle that occupies a unique place in American history and culture. With its innovative design, rugged build quality, and reliability in combat situations, it's little wonder that the Model 1866 has become an iconic symbol of the Wild West. So this Model 1866 carbine, which we're going to be shooting today, is a firearm that I've had for about 30 years. I've hunted small game with it in deer, and this one's chambered in 4440 because it's not an original, it's a Uberti copy. The originals are extremely expensive. And of course, the original 1866 models were never chambered in 4440, but the Winchester 1873 was. So it's a similar, it's an Old West cartridge, even though it wasn't really chambered in this gun. And I shoot exclusively black powder loads with this. And so it's going to be a demonstration that's very similar to what the original rifles would have looked like. The 4440 is a little bit more powerful. It has 40 grains of black powder instead of 28, but I'm still shooting a 28 grain bullet, so it'll be a similar performance. And this gun, like I said, I've had it for 30 years. I'm going to show a close-up on the receiver. I've let it get a natural patina on it, which looks a lot better than the brand new shiny guns. A lot of times in a Western, you'll notice the 66s or the Henrys. The brass is just super bright and shiny, and they were like that when they were brand new, but it begins to tarnish fairly quickly unless they're repeatedly cleaned up and polished. They take on that patina look, which I think is so much more interesting. So anyway, let's do some shooting. Okay, we're going to shoot the Winchester Model 1866 with real black powder cartridges, 4440. We'll start with a 6-plate rack up there. I missed it. Okay, I went ahead and painted those 4 small steels so you could see them better. First one. Second one. Oh, missed that one. Not that one. Not that one. All right, let's try the little circle on top. It's still black, the far right. Got it. Nick the top and try the next one over. Try that one. The next one over, the top little one. Miss that sucker clean. I got it. Must have been kind of low. It didn't rock it that much. And we are out of ammo. Love that black powder. All except the cleanup. Okay, we're going to try some practical shooting with the Winchester Model 1866 rifle. And I want to take the longest shot that I could in the yard here. So this is a little weird. I'm going to be shooting right past the saloon. There's nobody in there, of course. I don't have to worry about anybody walking out from the porch. There's one 8-inch steel sprayed white. You should be able to see it in the camera. Unfortunately, the sun is kind of right in our face, but we're in the shadow here. So I think the camera can see that one steel. And that's about 40 yards, 35 to 40 yards. So 8-inch steel. And we missed it clean. Sounded cool. Got it. Missed it that time. Man, does that sound cool or what? It sounds just like a Western movie, didn't it? It must be hitting low. Can hear it hitting that wood. There we got it. Alrighty, a little bit of long range shooting. Not long range, but for offhand. So anyway, there's some practical use of the Winchester Model 1866. Now let's shoot the cards. Okay, we're going to shoot some cards now. The 6s with the Winchester Model 1866 with real black powder cartridges. And we're going to be going for the lower left, about the lower left sixth of the card, ideally, to stay completely out of the logo and the signature. And that one is perfect, right in the diamond. Now we're going for the spades. And I nicked the spade there, the lower left spade. Now the hearts. Got the heart and the clubs. And we got the club. Okay, 4 for 4. Let's walk up on that. We'll get a close-up how those cards turned out. Now this is a 200 grain, kind of a flat nose. It's not a wad cutter. So it's not gonna cut the super clean hole that the wad cutters do when I shoot the 45 Colt with the wad cutters. But here's the 6, right in the diamond under the logo. Everything's real clean. I like that. Make sure the camera can see that. Front and back on the 6 of diamonds. 6 of spades. 6 of hearts. And it's kind of cool. Every one of those bullets are like a signature or a fingerprint. They're very unique. The exact placement isn't exactly the same. They take a little bit of the print on the front into the bullet hole. Now when we send these to you, these get mashed in an envelope. You can see how three-dimensional they are right now. That's going to get mashed down. It's going to look a little bit different because in the process of mailing it and handling it, these aren't going to stick through like that, but the uniqueness, you can still observe that. Okay, now we're going to shoot the jacks. This is the last face cards in the deck. We're going to shoot the jacks with the Winchester Model 1866 with real black powder 4440 loads. Going for the lower left 6 of the card, and on face card it's harder because it's hard to pick out something. You know, on the 6s I could pick out the diamond or whatever, but here I got to just kind of pick out a spot there. That's a good hit on the far left. On the diamond, now the club. Got that, good hit. The heart. That one's a little bit higher in the center than I wanted. Not horrible, but it's a little bit high. Now the spade on the far right. We got that one. All right, let's take a quick close-up look at what we ended up with there. Actually, they all turned out pretty good. I thought I had an error on the heart. I thought I was seeing a hole there, but I didn't. Those are all the lower left 6 like I wanted. Stayed out of the logo there. Stayed out of the logo. Stayed out of the logo. And the spade. So that is 8 good hits in a row. I've never done quite that good before. Well, I want to thank you for joining me for this video about the Winchester Model 1866, and I will see you on the next video.